Hello and welcome, my Turtle Topians, to episode 1 of the new and improved EnCURRYgment Podcast. I'm super excited that I get to start this journey with you guys, and we're ready to get this thing started, and we're going to get it kicked up for the start of the 2024 to 2025 school year. I'm super excited to be doing this with you. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to message me on Instagram. I will leave that information in the description below. Either way, let's get into episode 1 of the EnCURRYgment Podcast. Alright guys, well, we are back. We're back again. EnCURRYgment Podcast, episode 1. I'm super excited to be doing this, of course, like I said before. I'm really gifted to just given the opportunity to come here and just be able to participate in things like this, being able to do my own podcast for you guys, being able to just really show who I am, and also just make sure that the people that are watching me are okay. And I think that's a really big reason why I wanted to start the EnCURRYgment Podcast, is just because I love spreading positivity. Of course, my slogan on YouTube is Be You, Be Unique, and that is for a reason. And that's because I love spreading positive vibes. I love spreading the positive energy, really just kind of around. And you know, I'm filming this on OBS, and it's my new software that I got over the summer, and I think it works pretty fine. I mean, I'm looking at my screen, and I'm looking at you guys, so, I mean, either way, I think it goes pretty well. And for the EnCURRYgment Podcast, by the way, I think something really big that I feel like I'm going to talk about today is just being positive about yourself, and having positive awareness. Of course, a lot of people know my political outlooks, and if you do, well then, great for you. But when I mean be positive about yourself, be positive about the decisions that you make that will affect you inevitably in the future. Be positive about the decisions that you feel like you can make on your own, as well as be positive just kind of about yourself. Feel confident about yourself. Don't feel like other people can push you down because of, different terms and different beliefs and whatever else. I feel like that should be your decision, and that is your decision. And I feel like being positive about everything that you see is the best that you'll get, the best result you will find, being positive about everything that people have to offer. And for the EnCURRYgment Podcast, I mean, I feel as if this podcast will help people, but as well as I just want to just support the community, as well as just continuing to provide for people that need it. And so we'll be doing a lot of giving away to charity on the EnCURRYgment Podcast, as well as doing giving away. We'll be... Whoa. See, I've already had a first day. I just had my first day as a senior, and boy, like I'm slipping up on words and stuff here, right, left, whatever. But we'll also be doing giveaways on this, on the EnCURRYgment Podcast, because I want to be able to give back to you guys, because you guys sit here and you guys listen to me and you guys hear me speak and you guys hear me out, and sometimes it helps you guys, and I hope that it is helping you. If there's something that you'd like me to address or something that you'd like me to talk about in one of the EnCURRYgment Podcast episodes, please leave it in the comments below. I love reading your guys' comments, seeing what I can improve on it, as well as things that you guys want to see. And if you guys want to see something, please drop it in. Okay, so pretty much, let's hop right into this. So, being positive about yourself, I think that's something really, really strong, and something that I think that every person needs, is just to be positive about themselves. So being positive about yourself, just not throwing yourself down, not sitting there and doubting yourself. Doubting yourself, I feel, is something that people fall into, especially at the high school level, is doubting yourself and doubting the things that you can do, and kind of just pushing yourself down, because I know that people in general will try to push you down, and you're going to have those obstacles in life. You're going to have the obstacles of people trying to push you down, trying to make you feel like you're worthless, but I promise you, you are not. Okay, you are made for a reason, and of course, I believe that God created you for a reason. God says, when He created man and woman, He says that He created you in His image. That means you are created in the image of God, which means you're perfect in His eyes. And of course, we're never going to be perfect. We're all sinners. We all fall short of the glory of God. But I think the big thing is just knowing that to yourself that you have a reason, okay? Don't let anybody tell you that you don't have a reason to be here, to be living, to be in that class that you love to be in, to be anywhere, really, to have that job, don't let anybody, even your bosses or anything, sorry, my hair is getting in my way and stuff, probably should have worn a hat, but don't let those people get in the way of you doing what you want to do. Because if you let them get in the way, they'll always get in the way, and they'll get in the way for the rest of your life. And I think it's something really big that you need to understand. Like, when it comes to that kind of stuff in the real world, of course, having that positive outlook on yourself will improve you. It'll improve the way that you think of yourself. It'll improve the way that other people think of you. And it'll just improve your mind and your agenda really overall. And for most people, it's easy. For some people, it isn't. And I feel like if you just test yourself and you put yourself up to the obstacles that, of course, most people would, of course, want to be tested against, you will find that you are so much more than what you think you are. So much more than what people make you out to be. And you are so much more than what the world makes you out to be. And I promise it only goes up. And I think a really big thing that I'm following through is just, making sure that every time that you step through a door, every time that you wake up in the morning, having that determination, knowing that you are you for a reason. Okay, that's why I say be you, be unique. You gotta be yourself. You have to be yourself, and you have to understand that being yourself and being unique is better than being normal. Being the most unique that you can be is way better than being normal. Because if you're normal, you're just like everybody else. Sometimes you gotta just spice things up. Sometimes you gotta take risks in your life. And I think a big thing is just knowing that when you're taking those risks, not to ever doubt yourself if those risks turn out to be not what you thought. For example, a couple of years ago, I could have taken the opportunity to do a commercial. And because I did not want to commit the time, and I didn't want to commit myself, I didn't take my opportunity when I had it. And I missed an opportunity that could have helped me further down the line. I missed an opportunity that in reality could have changed my life. An opportunity that could have kickstarted an acting career for me. And because I did not want to take it because of the risk, and because of the time commitment, and just because I didn't feel ready, and because I just didn't want to jump into something, I risked that. And I got a bad outlook of it. And I really pushed myself, and I bashed myself for it. But now looking back on it, I think to myself, I think it was a smart decision because I did not feel ready. I didn't feel ready to take that next leap, to actually be in a commercial. Or in reality, I just didn't feel ready to be something that I felt like I wasn't already. And because of that, I missed a great opportunity. And because of that, I felt like my entire world was crumbling down because I didn't know what was going on. And I think for some people, that's how things happen. Things work just like that for some people. People, what happens, right? And I think knowing that is really important because you can't change something that's in the past. And now, I always like to think of it, don't let your past dictate your future. Because if you do, your past will just be like your future. And if you don't like your past, you don't want it to be your future. And that's why there's always time for improvement. That's why there's always time to change, to have new ideas, to explore options, to take adventures, take journeys. Like I said, take risks. That maybe sometimes you just aren't ready to take that risk, but sometimes taking that risk will improve you dramatically. And I promise you that taking that risk, you will never, ever, ever doubt yourself again. Now, sometimes taking that risk, like I said, will go the opposite way. But never bash yourself for it. Because what if you took the risk, or you didn't take the risk, and you missed out on a great opportunity? Or what if you take the risk and something bad happens? Either way, it's a 50-50 shot. And so don't bash yourself on a decision that, in reality, if you went the other way, it could have helped you, or it could have been better for you. But in reality, you could have had no idea. You had no idea that it was going to be bad for you. You had no idea of the outcomes of that situation. And bashing yourself for that is not an effective way to get through really kind of just like the grieving stage. after taking a risk. And that happens. It does. It happens all the time. But knowing your worth and knowing your self-worth and being self-confident, it always helps. And I promise you that. It helped me through so many situations, and it's currently helping me through multiple different things. Of course, I'm starting my own club at Green Valley High School. That's going to be a really big thing for me. And I'm willing to take the risk of leaving my theater group that I've been in for the last 2 years. I'm taking the risk of not being in any of my theater productions for the slight chance of me being able to do my Turning Point USA Club. But I know with the help of my friends, my peers, the adults, the teachers at school, I will succeed. And I might take this risk and think of it as a step back or think of it as a wrong decision in the future, but it will not change my past. And so sometimes you have to have that first, oh, I didn't take that risk. And if I did, it would have succeeded. Sometimes you always have to have that first encounter to know what to do in the future. Now, of course, if it happens over and over and over again, you have to know that sometimes fixing yourself is always a good thing as well. Knowing what your worth is, knowing how to fix yourself, and knowing who to go to ask on different ways to overcome problems or different ways to do this or that or whatever. Whatever you're going through, I promise, has a fix. Regardless of what it is. Right? And I feel like it's something that, a lot of people do cherish. People cherish the fact of knowing how to do certain things. People cherish the fact of, sometimes you have to just trust yourself, but also trust the people around you, the people that you trust, the people that you rely on. Trust them and their opinions, because I promise sometimes that will inevitably help you. And that's a really big key and really big focal point in why just kind of overall just getting through situations, getting through, these different obstacles that you'll be faced in your life. You just have to understand pushing yourself and dedicating yourself to push through those obstacles. You will find success in the end 100% of the time. Okay? If there's a job that you want to go out and do it. Do what you need to go and do it. Regardless of the people that try to nag you down and tell you that you can't do it, or you don't have the capability of doing it, or because you don't have the educational standard to do it. Go out there and prove them wrong, because you can do it, and I know you can, and your peers know you can, and everybody that you know and that loves you knows that you can do it. So go out there and explore options. Go take those opportunities. Take those risks. And just be yourself. And nothing, I promise you, absolutely nothing will change what you did in the past. But you can change what happens in your future. Alright guys, well that was pretty much it for episode 1 of the EnCURRYgment Podcast. Of course, when we have actual people here, it'll be a lot easier to have longer episodes and stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1. I'm super back to be back on the grind, back doing the EnCURRYgment Podcast. I'm super excited to see where this journey leads us and just kind of how it's going to affect us in the future. But it will go great, right? So thank you guys for coming to episode 1 of the EnCURRYgment Podcast. And always remember to be you, be unique, stay safe, and I'll see you all later. Peace.